so that hopefully I've had some technical issues, but hopefully it'll be alright. Right, so hi, I'm Stephen. I'm an art historian, critical theorist, socially engaged artist, and all of these things that I kindly mentioned. I also founded the artist-led network collective of socially engaged artists and arts workers, which we call Active Arts. I'm also a doctoral researcher, and I explore the potential role of radically socially engaged arts practice and how that might support a paradigm shift towards a truly democratic society, a fair world, a place that embraces social justice, encourages grassroots participation, and inspires a spirit of self-directed mutual learning. So let's talk about whether or not art is or can be truly equal. Can it? Or is art always about inequality, unfairness, elitism? For me, as a critical theorist and a Marxist, capitalism is inherently unequal, insidiously alienating. Art as commodity, artist as a profession, divisions of labour, these sorts of things threaten creativity. Replacing society with individualism, with competition for resources they say are in short supply. There is no alternative, they say. I say there are alternatives, many alternatives, tiny little alternatives, your alternatives, difference. So let's start thinking about different ways of doing things today. Let's look a little deeper into the ominous catch-all world of the creative industries and ask, can arts and culture offer benefits to everyone? Or is state arts funding simply catering to a culturally voracious 8% of people, as the Warwick Commission report, and encouragingly or not entitled Enriching GB, although it's mainly about England, suggests. And let's explore one different way artists and communities are working together, self-organising, cooperative, ethical, fair, model we at Active Arts are developing, a way of working that's not about buildings, not about bureaucracies. Active Arts are a community interest company built upon non-hierarchical model known as a creative adhocracy. It sounds posh, it's flat. Our members are mainly based in the North East, but come from other areas of England and Scotland as well. We work primarily in the North East, north of England, Cumbria and southern Scotland. We're project funded entirely by people such as the Arts Council England, Heritage Lottery Fund, local councils, etc. We're also commissions based. We try to be like Robin Hood. We're all freelancers, working for ourselves sometimes and for other times when we need an organisational structure to help us to secure funding, secure recognition, or just help us support each other. This sort of thing is increasingly nowadays only available to organisations, not artists. I'm sure many of you are aware. We believe in grassroots arts underpinned by critical theories. We're dialectical, not radical. We see social practice as a perpetual process of deconstruction and reconstruction, potentially emancipatory. We're not about fun palaces, doing things in harmony. We're not about BBC Jesuses on shipping containers or gimmicky digging for fool's gold in Folkestone. We try to create potential spaces where something creative might happen. Places of playing in reality where letters form words, words form meanings, meanings ideas, ideas become expressions. We help people explore tense netherworlds where old and new collide. Our artists, this is Teresa Easton, work together with local people, help non-artists learn. We bring techniques, inclusion, fun, not teaching, never instructing, listening, never leading. We pose questions without answers. We seek tension, not resolution. We know how to be slow. Here, Teresa's mail art workshops in Blythe and Hartlepool helped people of all ages respond to open questions, dreams to conflicts. People produced artworks that were then sent to exhibitions in Germany, the USA, Belgium, Ukraine. Artists and participants in these places sent work back, new lines on old maps. We make spaces full of potential, havens from heavy industry, mining-inspired projects. Somewhere in the now to rethink the old and imagine different futures. A place where lo-fi and DIY, or perhaps do it with others, offer people unusual ways of making art. Jude Thomas helped people with pinhole cameras from crisp containers, shoeboxes, other things. She turned the ladies' toilet into a temporary dark room. Images developed, conversations, new ideas. We, as practitioners, can only ever peer through apertures. But we also like getting out and about. On this occasion, guided by some local young girls. They know the places far better than we do. We are mere interlopers. By being open and listening and learning from local people, we can develop our practice, our experiences. Fascination stimulates experimentation. Recycled cardboard box camera meets street crack Budlear. Up close, anything is possible. Other worlds only visible much later, when after a trip to a dark room, fragile patterns might emerge. 15 seconds more exposure, suggested one local lad. Artist Rachel Allen asked participants to conceive of man as a machine, to think about themselves, about all of us differently. Fritz Kahn reinvented for the 21st century. The actual title of Kahn's work translated as Man as Industrial Palace. People talked about working men, now gone. We don't just see, we listen, we hear tales of what local parks were once like. They jar with the present, inspiring different potential future uses. Young people don't want to reminisce about pits, the shipyards, industries long gone, to them. You see, we provide safe frames for people to come together and tell their stories their way, no constraints, open, sometimes naughty. We seek tension, not resolution, dissensus, not consensus, miniature rope and knots, messes of fine threads, broken and mended, not broken, not mended. It doesn't matter. And so our work is about not knowing, a beautiful personal cacophony of hopeful not knowing, where many tiny little new lights might shine where one big old beam has long been extinguished. Could this be a paradigm shift? No. It's a form of grassroots social arts practice. And yet, research shows growing inequity between rich and poor. Inequality festers in Gloucestershire. It's rife in the northeast of England. It's rife in London. We live in one of the world's most unequal countries. Neoliberalism encourages inequality, divide and rule. We are all increasingly and oftenly unknowingly complicit. We're all consumers nowadays. Ours is the material world. Capital is everything. Economic value, social value, cultural value, social return on investments, impacts, innovation, evaluation, matrices, big data, well-being, happiness, resilience, adaptive resilience, sustainability, philanthropy, leadership, great art, money, 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 on and on and on. Oh, and cuts. Austerity is such a terrible word. But wait a minute. The art world's a lovely place, isn't it? Great art and culture for everyone. Version 2.0. Anyone? The pink one? You know the one. A state-produced Bible to solve all of society's ills. Bring us all together. Art for all. Not if those in the know have their way. It's time for an introduction to the arts.
Who wouldn't want to work the arts? The daily quest for people's hearts. The deal in beauty and sensation. To-do list to give birth to nation. To know your work will stand for years. To measure out your sweat in tears, epiphanies and racing pulses. Give tyranny a batch of ulcers. To be a cog in our machine, assembling the stuff of dreams from Claude Monet to Gary Newman. It's bloody hard what makes us human. So join us. We define love. What's more, we do it down the pub where, as we all know, art just happens. What's that? The unwashed hordes are clapping. Don't worry, you'll get used to that. Applause, the cross we bear, alack. But Christ, it's worth it, don't you think, to live creatively and drink your weight in thoughts. No, To strive and fail, but never lose. Build statues to humanity. Come work with us. Work for free. Yes, free, like freedom. Think Mandela, Tibet, or that McCarthy seller. Free from shabby monetising, the Excel cell that's always prizing us away from hopes and dreams. Come on now, let's meet the team. So, over there, I think it's Tilly, another of our PR fillies, 1 part cushy, 2 parts flirty, and not a penny till she's 30, where I'm sure she'll settle down and keep house in some provincial town. We'll miss her short pay, that's life. I'm sure she'll make a super wife. In a way, that's kind of cool, but arts can go apart. Finishing school for girls from our middle homes. Now, see that tall chap on the phone? That's Randolph Churchill Rintut Smee, a very able internee, ex-Oxbridge, Eton, well, I think he went. His mother is the Duke of Kent, or something like that. He lives with them near Hampstead. 6 days a week, that works out. He bloody earns that Oyster card. Not share our total shit. We pay his trial, some of it. Oh, here we go. Food and rent and stupid damn inheritance. I'm not a banker. Come on, stop it. Money is such a vulgar topic. My kids are raised with critical respect and an anti-trust fund check. What were the plagues of taste of school and Facebook praise from Brian and Sewell? Besides, we're not all Cornhill Smiths. Our playwright, what Kobe is. Forward picture, looks a slot, I hear he has a second job, but bloody hell, the writing's gritty, full of urban, inner city, regen, God knows, ticks the boxes, helps with cash flow. So, that's us then. You fancy it? Do we do apprenticeships? What? You mean no. Internships, think post-school summer, like a gap year, but it lasts forever. Still no, Christ, thought you were clever. No, never mind. You're lost, my love. Come on, team. It's down the pub.
So art world elites and at Uxbridge internships is something I'm passionately opposed to, but that's perhaps something for another discussion. Nonetheless, you hopefully can see the parodies of entrenched and outmoded attitudes within certain sectors of the arts. There are times when the wolves are at the door, or the barbarians at the gates, are dangerously indifferent, akin to fiddling while Rome burns. Can arts and culture think beyond economics and nicely enforced state policy, beyond spurious ecosystem models, beyond the making the right investments, but not because it can, not all forms of valuing and working are in trust in economic straitjackets. How can we rethink our organisations and practices by focusing on other ways, other values, when the value of arts and culture is increasingly promoted in predominantly economic terms? What about alternative non-monetised economies such as the commons? Can self-organisation offer robust, self-repairing, self-renewing systems? Is it time to think communally? Can we develop new ways of working together that involve everyone and are for everyone, that do what people want, that might help support and build communities from within? Can organisations of all sizes and individual practitioners work together in a spirit of truly open participation? And do arts organisations really collaborate or cooperate effectively or collectively? Do existing business models really offer sustainability and flexibility? Is resilience just another more nuanced way of maintaining the status quo? Can't we be creative, distinctive? I founded Active Arts as an adhocracy. We're all individuals, but we come together to do art together. We are far greater than the sum of our parts. We offer a flat, non-hierarchical model. We're temporal, strategic. We have projects. The teams themselves form and dissolve within each project life cycle. And as a social enterprise, we strive to make profits whenever we can. We call them surpluses. Same difference. We liberate capital from others and utilise it our way, making things communities want and need. They tell us, we do it, we cooperate. Cooperating is different to collaboration. Think workers' movements collectively mobilising to create better lives for themselves and their communities. We make potential spaces, potential Spaces enable reflection and facilitate open reflexivity. They're organic. Places of not knowing what will happen, but creating the potential that something might happen through sharing and cooperation. Caring for a shared commons requires equal balance, building relationships and straining relationships, more than just regulating, never administering. Caretakers nurture cooperation, sharing ideas. Caring entails established norms that hold communities together. We try new models. We are part of the commons. Because for me, for us, the status quo will no longer do. We need to shake ourselves up. We do not need to sacrifice our creativity. We can build upon it by thinking differently, by learning from other spheres. We do not need to agree. Disagreement is good, creative. Consensus, compliance, and complicity are always the enemies of creativity and community.